Hey guys, this is episode 18 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 4, and I think it was called The Kids Are Alright or something like that. It was a good episode. I mean, it wasn't the best, it wasn't the worst. It was just a filler episode pretty much for the finale, which is next week, which looks pretty intense, which is good. So yeah, I'm just going to get straight into it. Pretty much, it starts off and they're still in Puerto Rico after last week's fight between Lisa and everyone else except Joyce. Joyce was like the only one who didn't get involved. Anyway, Kim and Brandy are like sitting down. They've become really good friends lately, which is pretty good. And yeah, they just seem to really enjoy each other's company, and they're just liking each other a lot more. So yeah, they're talking about their kids, and pretty much this whole episode was just about their kids and going off to college and shit like that. So yeah, they're just talking about the kids, and then anyway, Kyle, Joyce, and Yolanda come sit down with them, and yeah, I think it's Yolanda asked, has anyone seen Lisa, or have we heard from Lisa? And no one has heard from Lisa. And Kyle, wants an apology and stuff, and I think Kyle should. If Lisa has done, the tabloids, and to be honest, I believe she has. I've thought long and hard if I should be completely honest about Lisa, because I know a lot of people like Lisa. I mean, most people do like Lisa, but I do believe that she's lying. You know what, I just have to say my true opinion, and that's what I believe she is lying. I don't think she's super evil, and I don't hate her. I think she is a really good housewife, but I think she's done this, at the start of the season, as I've said, I think it was last week, she hated, well, she didn't hate Kyle, but it was pretty intense. Like, she said, about, to Yolanda, just be friends with Kyle and, put your house on the market and you guys will be best friends. So, obviously, I believe that Lisa would do that, and I think she did. So, yeah, anyway, they're just talking about that, and then Kim says she wants to apologise to Ken. I don't think Kim needs to apologise to Ken at all. You know why? Because Lisa and Ken have always been mean to Kim. They've always belittled her. They think she's pretty stupid. Like, even the last episode, Ken was like, move aside, move aside. He treats her like shit, and so I don't think Kim needs to apologise for anything. So, I think next week she does apologise though. So that'll be interesting. Anyway, then Yolanda is pretty much, she like walks off and she goes to see the people, the reception or whatever, and they say that Lisa has been left. Lisa left at 4:30 in the morning, and the taxi came, or the car or whatever, at 5, and they left. And I thought that was pretty shady. If you hadn't done anything wrong, you would just stay there. And it was like a couple of episodes ago, Lisa was even saying to Carlton, or was it Carlton or Kyle? No, I'm pretty sure it was Carlton. Like, you have to face it now. You have to do it now. You can't keep holding it off, like when they were fighting. But Lisa was a bit of a coward and she walked away. And Joyce was right. It does make you look guilty. It does. And and I reckon they should have told at least Joyce, like, she didn't have a problem with Joyce. They're friends now, but Joyce didn't get involved at all, so she should have been like, hey, I'm leaving, I can't deal with it, I'm out of here. It would have been a lot more respectable, and it did look childish, but you know what, Ken is a child, and Ken's fucking annoying, but that's my opinion. Anyway, then Michael and Mauricio, they're having a bit of bro time, and they're really enjoying each other's company, which is good, because it's kind of good just to see Mauricio have another friend, because he did have Ken, but last season he had Paul and stuff like that, so it's good to see him with one of the other guys, and they're pretty much talking about being friends with Ken and Lisa, and if we continue being friends. And yeah, it was kind of like if they actually did do that, and pretty much Mauricio was saying that he was hurt by the whole incident, and he didn't like fighting with them, and he's sad over it, which is fair enough. And Michael even says, I think you've got your answer now, because they left in the middle of the night. So it is what it is. So yeah, pretty much there wasn't really much about that. They were just talking. And anyway, all the girls, minus Lisa and Carlton, yes, decide to go shopping. So they pretty much go shopping or maybe sightseeing, same thing. they, go have a look at Puerto Rico and see its beauty, I guess. And yeah, it was just really good to actually see, because for the first time in this season, they all actually seemed to enjoy themselves. They seemed very, like they really were actually having fun. And I think that was really good to see. You know what, I didn't really care that Lisa wasn't there. It was really good to see, everyone was friends, and it was just, it felt like, it really did actually feel real. It felt like these girls were just going away and they were just having fun. And it was really awesome to see, and funny shit happens, like there was with the goanna, I don't even know what the lizard thing, whatever it was called, they were getting chased by it, and yeah, so pretty much they were having fun. Then Brandy and Kim jump in the fountain, and anyway, the police come and try to, they were going to get arrested or whatever. It was just really funny to see. It was good seeing everyone just have fun and enjoying themselves. And if Lisa had to leave to make that happen, then so be it. Then anyway, they go out for dinner, and they're just saying they're enjoying everyone's company, and Kyle invites everyone to the Beverly Hills Chamber of Commerce, or whatever the hell it's called, party. I thought that was at the start of the year. I'm confused. Some Beverly Hills party at the Beverly Hills Hotel they're going to, and that's where all the shit's going to happen. So yeah, they pretty much talked about that, and yeah, they just decided not to talk about Lisa, which was probably a smart idea. And I'm surprised the producers didn't make Lisa stay, because I would think they should have made Lisa stay, but then I guess it also makes it look 100% more real if Lisa's leaving, because if she stayed, then there would be a lot more drama. Like, they would have had a fight if they went out. Like, it would have been a lot better, but here's what it is. Then pretty much Brandy, everyone goes back from Puerto Rico, we all go back to Beverly Hills, and then Brandy, goes to Yolanda's house with her parents, and it was really good to see that she'd patched stuff up with her dad, and she was talking to her dad again. Anyway, they're just pretty much enjoying themselves, and she's saying that Yolanda and stuff are down to earth. And I actually am liking Yolanda a lot more. I mean, she's definitely not my favourite housewife at all. But at the start of the season, she was the one I hated the most, and then it was Brandy. I mean, it swapped, but Yolanda, I really don't mind Yolanda that much anymore. I mean, I don't think she needs to be back next season, but no, I don't mind her anymore. But pretty much, yeah, Brandy buys her mum and her dad a car, which was really, really nice. I thought it just showed a different side of Brandy, because this whole season, every season pretty much, Brandy comes off as a bitch who only likes to fight. And it was really good just to see her act, really nice and just do something nice for her parents, and it was really good. So yeah, there wasn't too much about that. Her parents just liked David and Yolanda. Then anyway, it goes to Lisa's house, and Lisa is there with Carlton. I was like, the last episode and a half were actually pretty good, because we didn't have to see Carlton at all. So it was like amazing. But yeah, Carlton comes in, and she's like, oh, I can sense something's wrong. It's like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm sorry if you like Carlton, but I don't like her at all. 100% she's going to be fired. She is not going to be in it next season. Anyway, yeah, so Lisa is pretty much crying about, I understand Lisa with Brandy, because I actually understand all of them being angry at Lisa, except Yolanda. Like, I understand Yolanda sticking up for her friend, but her actual argument is probably not valid, because it's all she's saying, like, she's mad because she was late to the party. Like, her side of the argument, Of course she's going to stick up for Brandy because that's her friend, and that's fine. But it's just ridiculous, her side. But anyway, Lisa even says she's always stuck up for Brandy, and they've always been on Brandy's side, and see Brandy get angry at Lisa was really hurting her. And I 100% agree with that, because Lisa has always been on Brandy's side. Last season, the whole of last season, she was always on Brandy's side, even when Brandy was wrong. So, I understand that with Lisa, but, Lisa has done shit wrong. She did the tabloids. I believe that. I actually do believe that. I mean, wouldn't just believe it if Brandy said it. I believe it if Yolanda said it. Even though Yolanda lied about the shit in Paris and all this other stuff, she wouldn't, to me, she's not the type of person to make shit up to take someone down. Like, I don't think she would do that to Lisa, because she did like Lisa, and I don't think she would make that up. Even about Kyle, like she wouldn't make up, like she wouldn't stir that kind of shit. I don't think, but I could be wrong. But I believe that Lisa did it. It wouldn't surprise me. So yeah. Anyway, they're just talking, and then Lisa starts crying, and I did feel bad for Lisa. I didn't really care that she was crying because we saw her crying last week. So I kind of was like, I was sad last week for her. This week I was kind of just like, get over it. No, it wasn't really like that. But I did feel bad for Lisa. I did, even though it's really hard because I like all the other girls together right now. I'm kind of liking that they're all ganging up on someone. It makes it interesting. But I do feel bad that it's Lisa. But I mean, has to be, it's always going to be someone who's going to be on the outs. And it's Lisa this time. I mean, if Lisa's on it this next season, I bet you this time next year it'll probably be Brandy if she's in it. Hopefully she's not, but it'll be someone else, It's not going to last. But unless she just like quits, like Adrian. But anyway, and she also thinks Brandy is mean, and Carlton is like comforting her and just being really random. It was just, she's just annoying. She's pissing me off. Anyway, then the rest of the episode was pretty much about the kids and Yolanda. Gigi's going to Paris, not Paris. I'm getting so confused. She's going to New York, and yeah, so she's going to New York, and I was like, when they walked into an apartment, I was like, really, why is it so good? Like, it was like the best apartment in like the world for a 5-year-old, It was just ridiculous, a 5-year-old. See, my brain's not working today, but she got a pretty cool apartment, so yes, and then they're pretty much putting everything together, like putting the drawing things on the wall and stuff like that, it was nice to see that, they were all having fun, and then Gigi just wanted Yolanda to leave, and yeah, apparently she was meant to have a roommate, but the roommate wanted her to go to the dorms and stuff like that, but, Yolanda didn't want that because she wanted her to have, like, she didn't want her to go out and get drunk every night and stuff like that, which is fair enough, and I would much rather stay in that apartment than stay in a dorm, so, yeah. Anyway, then pretty much Yolanda kind of like breaks down, and she said that Gigi's going to leave and she doesn't know what she's going to do. And yeah, so that was pretty much all about Yolanda and her daughter. I mean, it was split up between her and Kim. And so yeah, and then Yolanda leaves from New York to go back to Beverly Hills, and yeah, that was pretty much it for them. And then Kim with her daughter. For me, because Kim is my favourite, it was much better. I connected more to that story than hers, because I mean, and it was more realistic, Kim's, Kim and her daughter, because more people would be going to the dorms where most people don't get to live in a beautiful apartment like Gigi. So it was much more relatable for everyone else. And we see Kim's, was it ex? I don't think it was her ex-husband. She said she was engaged to him. I don't think she ever said she was married, but I could be wrong. So yeah, John was there, and yeah, it was just really interesting seeing all like the family dynamics and stuff, and yeah, they packed so much fucking stuff. I was like, I knew it would not fit in that dorm. Like, I don't even live in America, but I mean, come on, you know how big dorms are, and you know it wasn't going to be that big, but it was funny to see them all like put all their stuff into the car. And then when they were driving there, I think they were going to San Diego. I'm not sure what Kim's daughter's name is, but I can't remember. One of them's called Kimberly, but I don't know if it was that one. It might be. But yeah, and it was just really good to see her daughter kind of say, I'm going to be out of my comfort zone, and I'm really going to miss you guys because I like living at home. And it was just really nice to see that she had that relationship with her daughter, and it was good. It seemed really real, where Yolanda's and Gigi, it's like one in a million. No one really gets to live in a beautiful apartment like that. So it was much more real. And, I've just started uni, and I mean, at my campus, we don't actually have dorms. So thank fuck, I would not stay at a dorm anyway. Like, it's just too small for me. I mean, I just don't like dorms, but, it is what it is. But yeah, so pretty much they get to the campus and they bring their stuff up and they walk in and they see how small it is. And then, Kim's bought a vacuum, and, I think her husband says did you like raid a whole appliance store or something? And then she says, put a muzzle on it, John, or something. It was just really funny how like how much fucking stuff they brought. And then Kim wanted to make the bed look nice for what's her face, for Kim's daughter. I can't remember her name. And yeah, so it was just funny because the dorm was like so fucking small, and I would need my own personal space, but I couldn't stay in something like that. Anyway, Kim breaks down with her daughter, and it was just really sad because Kim said, you know, there was a time where I probably wouldn't have been here. Like, I nearly didn't make it to this point in my daughter's life, but she did. She got through it, and it's amazing, you know. And her daughter's going to be amazing. She's going to, you know, they're going to both be fine. It was just really nice to see. And pretty much Kyle, yeah, that was pretty much both of them throughout the episode. I thought I'd just do it in two big chunks instead of like chopping it up because it's just easier. Then Kyle goes to get her earrings done with her daughters. Well, her daughters got to get their earrings done, which was fucking hilarious. I thought it was just so funny because they were like carrying on like they were going to get killed. I mean, I would probably cry if I had to get my ears done, so I would never do that. Anyway, they walk in, and Taylor Armstrong, who was a housewife in the last 3 seasons, was there. It was good to see it. I think it was, even though she didn't say much, it was good to see Taylor and, you know, see that those two were still friends. Because we all knew she was going to be a guest, so, you know, that's only like a few episodes. So it was good to see her. Anyway, Portia, you know, is pretty brave when she gets the earring done and she doesn't really care. But then I think Carl says, like, after a while, like, she realizes a gun just went into her ear and she starts crying. Then she doesn't want her other ear done. And her other daughter, is it Alexi? I don't even know what her freaking daughter's name is. But anyway, the older one, you know, she starts crying, and then Kyle's like, this wasn't my idea, you know. And it was just so funny they were, like, being so, like, I understand Portia, like, you know, she's a baby, but her other daughter was being so ridiculous, and then she was crying, but she finally got it done, and it was just hilarious to see. And yeah, then she was in another scene, she was just playing with her kids, and, you know, with the dogs and stuff like that. There wasn't really much to cover, but it was funny. I think Portia says at the end, like, hallelujah or something, that's over, which was pretty funny. So yeah, then also Carlton has her little scene, and she is pretty much with her kids and just doing homework, and they have to do homework on her kid, like on her or something, and she says that she's a mutt, but she's classy or something. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I just don't care about her. I can't believe when I first saw her in like the tabloids, like last May or whatever, when, you know, she was going to become a housewife. I was like, oh, it's going to be so great. She looks awesome. I couldn't believe I'm so wrong. She's so fucking annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, then there wasn't much about her. And then Lisa and Ken at, you know, it goes to Lisa and Ken. It's the night of the Beverly Hills hotel party. I don't even know what party it was. But anyway, they're getting ready, and Lisa's like, come on, Ken, we got to go. And she's like, I know you don't want to go. That's why you're taking so long. And Ken's like, yeah, well, I don't want to go and stuff like that. And Ken's just so annoying. It's like, because I knew, like, when he said about Michael, you know, he shouldn't get involved with the women, he gets involved all the fucking time. So he should just shut up. Anyway, Lisa even said she wouldn't care if she didn't see any of these girls ever again, even if it was apart from Carlton and Joyce, I suppose. That's what she said. But, I mean, I think that's a little harsh, because considering some of the shit she said, like even at the reunion she said about Lisa, about Kyle, where she said, you know, like, your husband, you know, we're only friends because your husband sold a house. Like, she said a lot of worse stuff as well, and I think she should just kind of get over herself. It was just a bit ridiculous to me. I understand that she felt ganged up, and it did look like that, but, you know, just that's what happened, I guess. They didn't mean that to happen, but they all had problems with her, so they all talked about it. And so, yeah. Anyway, they go off to the party, and then pretty much next week is the season finale, and it looks really good. Kyle and Lisa are just talking about their freaking friendship again, like, I can't do this anymore, and stuff like that. I think Lisa says that. Then Brandy and Carlton are talking, because Carlton didn't see the magazine or something, and they look like they kind of get into a fight. Then Yolanda gets really angry at Ken, like, don't touch me, or whatever, how she speaks. And good, someone needs to tell Ken to shut the fuck up. And then Brandy and Lisa have like that kind of massive fight, and she calls her a chess player. I know they didn't show that in like that preview, but she calls her like a chess player and stuff like that. So it's gonna be, it really looks like a really good episode. I think it just looks really good. I mean, this episode wasn't the best. It was just kind of a filler episode to get us ready for the next episode. But yeah, I'm really excited about next week. I think it's going to be one of the biggest finales, because we all knew pretty much going into the season. I don't know if you, if you look at the tabloids and you look them up in the news and stuff, we knew that something big was going to happen. So this is the episode where it's going to happen. And yeah, so apparently a few stuff that's going on with the housewives in like news related stuff. Carlton is pretty much, she went into hospital, when was it, on Wednesday or something, because she had like 6 tequila shots in like 20 minutes or something, and she passed out. And so yeah, she was rushed to hospital, which was pretty intense. And I do hope she's okay, because I don't want her to die or anything. But some people said it was for her to get into being a housewife, like it was done on purpose. It was a stunt, so she can stay relevant for next season. But I really don't think she's going to be in the next season at all. She's the one person I can guarantee to you guys all that she's not going to be in it 100%, because too many people hate her. Like, they even did a poll who were the favourites. It was Lisa, Kyle, Yolanda, Kim, Joyce, Brandy, and Carlton. So Brandy and Carlton were the least favourite, and Carlton only had like 1%. The rest of them had like high percentages. So I don't think Carlton is, everyone hates her. There's only like a few people that actually do like her. And if you like her, that's fine. I don't care. But she's not interesting. And yeah, I think she will, be fired. And yeah, a preview for the reunion was released. I only watched a little bit of it, but it looks pretty intense. It looks so good. And then, I heard like the rumors, I think it was for the Miami Housewives, and how like they set them up with the people who have the best storylines, and then the people at the back of the couches are like the worst. But I don't believe that, because Carlton was at, was in the middle, and yet she's like the most hated housewife. So I don't believe that at all about the couches. Like, I believe they would have the people with the best storylines at the front, but it doesn't mean that you're going to get fired if you're at the back, because that's what happened. That's what Andy Cohen or someone said about it, that the people who are at the back, which was Joyce and Kim, they're going to get fired. But, who knows? So it's kind of, yeah, I reckon next week will be pretty good. And, I hope you guys like my review. I'd like to hear your comments or what you thought of the episode, if you're excited for next week. So let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.